Today, we're talking about micromanagement. It's a common problem. It impacts a lot of otherwise effective leaders. Let's talk about some strategies today to get things back into balance, where you feel confident that things will be done the right way, the way you want, but at the same time, you're not having to supervise constantly and maybe see your own work suffer. My name is Ken Okel. I'm a professional speaker. I talk to audiences about ways you can improve your performance on the job. I pull from a professional background that includes broadcast news, hurricane relief, and professional ballet. Now, I know, unusual combination, but in each and every field, I had to perform at a high level every day under pressure. I want to take you into my laundry room to talk a little bit about micromanagement. Not long ago, I got a new washing machine. Very exciting in my household. Part of the washing machine includes a clear lid, so I can watch the washing machine doing its job. This was kind of interesting. Hadn't seen that perspective before. But after a while, I realized, Ken, watch some TV or something like that. You don't need to watch the washer do its job. Sometimes at work, are you maybe acting a little like that washing machine, where you're just staring at something, making sure it's doing its job when otherwise there's no other problems? I realized I didn't need to watch the washer do its job. I could judge the results. If my clothes weren't feeling clean enough, I could add some new detergent. I could adjust the settings, but I didn't need to watch the washer do its everyday job. I bought the washer to do that. It doesn't need my supervision. It doesn't make it any better. Sometimes at work, we fall into that trap where we start acting like somebody's watching the washing machine. Let the suds do their job. Don't feel like you have to watch them to make sure they're accomplishing what you want them to do. It is very important to make sure that you are giving people clear instructions about what you want. Otherwise, you can't guarantee that they're going to do things your way. They may guess wrong. So make sure that you clearly explain what you need people to do. If there's a process, you outline the process. Also, this is really important. Make sure you are stating the why. Why is this important? We're doing it this way because that can prevent some of the shortcuts that people may come up with to save time, but things that might actually undermine overall performance. Pay attention to these things. Make sure you're being clear, and don't feel like this has to be a one-time thing. Maybe a couple times a year, you reiterate the importance of your training. This can be good as well if there's employee turnover. You want to make sure the old employees and the new employees both understand what it is that you want. So you're giving information, you're giving training, you're not watching people doing their job constantly. I believe that training can also help cut the learning curve, where if there's something new that you need people to do, if you're able to provide them with training, they'll be able to pick it up faster. You may have to look at your skill set and decide, okay, am I somebody who's good at training? You may be great at coming up with the idea, but not so great at sharing why it's important. If this is the case, you may need someone else to help you with the training. You may need to bring in an outside person to help you accomplish the goals that you have. Keep that in mind, because I really believe when people understand what they need to do, they'll be able to act that much faster, be that much better on the job. There should be some accountability. I understand you want things done a certain way, so you need to judge the results. As I mentioned before in our washing machine example, if the clothes came out and they didn't seem quite clean, I should make some adjustments to the process to make sure things are working at their very best. Same thing can go for your new policy, your procedure, what you want employees to do, how you want them to behave. You can judge the results and then make changes. Don't just have it be a punitive thing, because sometimes your original idea may have been pretty good, but in practice, it just didn't work out so well. Make sure, though, you do have that step where you're able to judge things, but let the process go through its path a few times. Don't just judge it right away or feel like you have to watch people constantly and judge every action that they're doing. Sometimes people are going to come up with new ways to do things that might actually be better. The accountability stage allows you to look at what's happened, make adjustments, improvements, or say, hey, let's go back to the old way that we do things. Finally, I really like when you're not micromanaging as much, you open the door to more ideas in your organization. Sometimes leaders fall into this little situation where they feel like they have to have every idea and every solution. You may be brilliant. That may not be a problem. For me, some days I just can't come up with those creative ideas. It's good, though, if you have a team of people who can think about situations, solutions, problems. Make sure that you let people know that you're not just the person who comes up with the solutions. They should be a part of that process as well. Sometimes with employees, I have told them, if you bring a problem to me, I want you to bring a couple solutions. That way, as a leader, you don't have to spend all your time learning about something from square one. You can get a little bit of a running start. Doesn't mean you have to follow the recommendations, but you're getting people to think more proactively. And when you're micromanaging, they stop doing that. They stop being creative. I think in today's world, it's important for everyone to be able to share ideas if they think they have a way to do something better. If you're a micromanager, though, that conversation goes silent. So encourage people to share ideas, to come up with solutions, to be proactive. I hope these suggestions have helped you as you make sure that you're being an effective leader. For more about me and my speaking programs, you can go to my website, kenokel.com. Well, there you can watch some clips of my speaking presentations, read more about my background, and listen to my podcast, The 2-Minute Takeaway. Want to shoot me an email? It is tvguy@kenokel.com. What's the deal with that email? Well, years ago when I worked in TV news, sometimes you'd be out and about in the public and someone would recognize you, but they wouldn't know your name. So they just yell out things like, "Hey, TV guy." And finally, I welcome you to connect with me on some of the social channels. All of those are under my name, Ken Okel. As a leader, it's easy to fall into the trap of micromanagement. I hope these suggestions will help you moving forward. I'm Ken Okel. Take care.